here with mentoring for free. Before I show you how to manage your traffic exchanges using a rotator, a couple of things I wanted to show you that I didn't mention in the other videos. When you're surfing on the internet, with traffic exchanges or anything, you should have some protection. At Smiley Traffic here, they offer these free resources if you don't have these kinds of things. They have some free utilities you can get: an anti-spyware, an anti-adware utility, and very, very important, an antivirus program. This program here, AVG Antivirus, even though it's free, it's very, very good. And you want to make sure that your computer is protected. If you don't have these kinds of utilities operating on your system, you might want to take a look at Smiley Traffic and download their free resources to keep yourself safe from these threats. Threats to your privacy, threats to your identity, and threats to your computer's safety. Another thing I want to point out here, at Smiley Traffic, and you'll see this in many traffic exchanges, they show two different kinds of surfing: auto surfing and manual surfing. Let's talk about that for a minute. Everything I've shown you so far is manual surfing. What auto surfing is, I'll demonstrate it for you. We'll start auto surfing. You see what happens. Auto surfing means you just started surfing and you don't have to click or anything. It just surfs for you. You see up here there's a counter counting down. Watch what happens when it gets to 0. I don't have to click or anything. It'll just automatically load the next page. And if you auto surf like this, you can just walk away, grab a cup of coffee, take a shower, go to pick up the kids from school, come back, and they're still surfing for you. Now, you can even do this while you sleep. But let me ask you this: if you're not watching anybody's advertisements, what makes you think anybody's going to be watching yours? Auto surfing is a complete waste of time. You earn credits, but you can only use those credits on auto surfer. Who's going to see your ads? So I would avoid auto surfing. And these are legitimate auto surfs. There are many scams out there masquerading as auto surf sites. They are HIPs, or high yield investment programs, and you may have seen some of them around on the internet. Programs that offer you something like 12% for 12 days on your investment. They ask you to invest some money and tell you that if you surf 50 sites a day, they're going to pay you 12% on your money for 12 days. And then they try to entice you to reinvest your money, and so you can make even more money, and so on and so on. And these things, if you have any critical thought at all, you realize that it's impossible. The only way these things can work is if they constantly have new money coming in. When the money stops coming in, they can't pay people out. About 5 years ago, these things started up, and 2 or 3 years ago, the big ones disappeared. But there's a new crop of them coming up now. They're illegitimate, they're illegal, they're scams, they're Ponzi schemes. And you want to avoid them like the plague, because they will rip you off. So my advice is to stick with manual surfing, and it's a fair exchange of traffic. Another thing I wanted to point out to you was evaluating traffic exchanges. I mentioned in the first video about surf ratio, and surf ratio is not the only criteria to look at. Okay, the best ratio is 1 to 1, but there are some exchanges that even offer 1 to 2, means you view one page and they'll give you 2-page views. The problem with that is if everybody's doing that, how are they going to generate all those page views for people? So 1 to 1 is the most equitable, but you also have to take into account the traffic exchange's timer, how long you have to view each page. For example, if there's a 1-to-1 ratio with a 30-second timer, and you have an exchange like this one that has a 3-to-1 ratio with a 10-second timer, those are the same thing. If you're surfing 1-to-1 and it takes 30 seconds, and you're surfing 3-to-1 and it takes 10 seconds for each page, you earn one full credit or one page view every 30 seconds on both exchanges. So you have to look at that. Plus, some sites like this one offer you extra credits periodically. Like here, there's one right here right in the surf bar. You have to keep your eye open for that. You click there to earn 2 credits. So there are different things happening here. You have different prize pages that come up, and these things in the surf bars that give you extra credits, plus the games and other features. So you figure those things into your credits. This one is the same thing. They have a little link here in the surf bar. Just won 4 credits. Now, this is a hover exchange. You don't click on here. You hover your mouse over that button up there. But you got to be careful when you see one of these deals, because if you accidentally hover over that button, you'll miss the extra credits. So you got to click on that to get the extra credits. Then you can go back and just hover your mouse over that button up there, and it will go to the next site. And one more thing I wanted to point out to you is the cheat tests. Many manual traffic exchanges have an anti-cheat test. Like here at Traffic Swarm, they have a link here that says cheat test, don't click. And you want to avoid clicking on those, because if you click on one of these 5 times, they will cancel your account. The reason they do this is some people actually have robots that will click and surf for them, and a robot cannot see that this is a cheat test, so a robot would click on that, and after 5 times the account would be canceled, would be terminated. There are many different kinds of cheat tests. Sometimes a page will come up that'll give you a question you have to answer true or false, so they'll have a security number that you have to type into a box before you can continue. So those things will fool the robots and keep everybody honest. Here's an example of one of these true-false questions. And here they even tell you what to click on. You gotta click on false. Of course, the robots can't read, so you click on false, and they ask you to verify it. And you answered correctly, they give you 3 credits for answering correctly. So, you know, they give you a little extra reward for participating in the cheat test, and then you resume surfing. Keeps everybody honest. It's a good thing. Many sites nowadays, traffic exchanges, are using this hover technology where you don't click, you just hover your mouse over that button, and that goes to the next page. And there are arguments for and against the hover technology, but it's up to you if you want to use them. Save your clicking finger a little bit, I guess. Alright, now we're ready to move on to the traffic exchange rotators. Right, why use a rotator? Well, all traffic exchanges are basically big rotators. They rotate all the sites in their database. And, well, why would you want a personal rotator? Well, let's say, for example, Mentoring for Free gives you 7 different capture pages, 4 of which promote Success in 10 Steps downloads. And say you want to use all of those. Plus, maybe you have some splash pages that you want to rotate, and we'll talk about the capture pages and splash pages a little later on. Say you want to get traffic to your Squidoo lenses or your blog or whatever, or some articles that you have. Now, don't get excited. You're not going to improve your search engine ranking by using traffic exchanges. The major search engines ignore traffic from traffic exchanges. But maybe you want people to see your blog or your Squidoo lens. So you have more than one page you want to promote. And let's say you're using many different traffic exchanges, 6 of them, 10 of them, 20, 40, 50, 100. It would be difficult to put all those different page URLs in each one of your exchanges. Plus, you may do some testing and find out certain pages are pulling more traffic for you or getting better results or click-throughs. So you decide you want to make some changes, like add a new splash page, add a new lens, add a new blog, add a new article, maybe take one out that's not doing so well, or lower its frequency of display. If you had to do that on all your different traffic exchanges, that would be a big waste of time. What a personal rotator will allow you to do is manage all of your pages and their frequency of display all from one place. There are many places where you can get a free rotator, such as Royal Surf. Royal Surf offers a free rotator, and many of the major traffic exchanges offer free rotators, like this one here from Traffic Splash. The thing is, these traffic exchange rotators let you put as many pages into the rotator as you want. And then they give you one URL that you can paste into each of your traffic exchanges, and then you can manage all your pages from that one rotator. But they show a banner at the top, a frame at the top, that advertises the traffic exchange, which is okay if you want to promote that exchange, if it's your favorite exchange, and you want to promote that traffic exchange on all other exchanges. Then you can do that. If somebody clicks here, they can sign up to join Traffic Splash under you. Or if you're using the one from Royal Surf, same thing. And most of these guys let you personalize or brand your rotator's banner. You get your picture up there, and get your name up there too. But if you want to have your pages displayed without a traffic exchange frame at the top, then you need to look at one of the other alternatives, such as Page Swirl is one. There are several of them. The one that I like to use is called TE Toolbox. You can get TE Toolbox by just going to this domain, www.tetoolbox.com. And yes, there is an affiliate program with it, and if you want to check with your upline sponsor or coach and see if they have a referral link to send you to, then you can do that. If you want to sign up as an affiliate under your sponsor or coach, you can do that. Now, I should point out the difference. There are two different accounts you can have. You can have a free account or a pro account. The free account, let's take a look at its features. It's free. You can rotate up to 5 different pages. You can create up to 5 splash pages. They will allow you to create splash pages, and they will host them for you. And the optional frame, there is a frame with TE Toolbox, just like the traffic exchange rotators I showed you, but you can turn it off. And they have domain filtering. The pro account over here has it costs $10 a month. You can rotate up to 200 different pages in the rotator. You can create and host up to 100 splash pages with them. And they also has the optional frame and the domain filtering, and they have some advanced tracking and subdomains, and I'll explain those to you a little bit later on. I always recommend trying something for free first before you go ahead and upgrade, because you want to make sure you understand it and like how it works before you upgrade. And I should mention the TE Toolbox is owned by the the same people who bring you the Start Exchange Traffic Exchange. And if you upgrade to a pro membership at Start Exchange, they will include a pro membership at the TE Toolbox as well. So you should be aware of that. Meanwhile, to sign up for TE Toolbox, you just go to tetoolbox.com, www.tetoolbox.com, click the sign up link, and then you, of course, you create an account, you type in a username, and they say the password will be emailed to you. You've got to give them your email address and click submit. And you check your email to get the password, and in there they say, okay, your account's been set up and here's the username and there's the password right there. So we just left click with the mouse, drag, highlight that password, then right click on it and select copy with the left mouse button. Another way to copy is to use the keyboard combination of Control C. That's a lot quicker. Control C will copy to your clipboard anything that you have highlighted. So now all you have to do is click on that link to log in and get started. So you log in using the username you just picked. And then the password, we just can paste that. Right click on the password field and select paste with the left mouse button. Or use the keyboard combination Control V to paste. So Control C copies, Control V pastes. And then click login. I had to log in with my existing account because you can only have one account. And they're very smart. They keep track of your IP address and only allow you to have one account at a time. First thing I want to show you is account settings. Here you can change your password, your contact email address, PayPal email address, and here's where you select whether or not you want to show the frame. Now, the frame, like I explained before, is a frame at the top of the page that would advertise TE Toolbox. If you want to have that frame up there, you click on yes. If you don't want to, click on no. Frame style. There's two styles. One is default, two is branding, which, like the other rotators I showed you from the traffic exchanges, allowed you to put your photo and name on the frame. And if you're a member of Start Exchange, you can use your Start Exchange username here. And if you've uploaded your photo to Start Exchange, then they will use the photo in the Style 2 frame. Filtering domains, you can turn that on or off, and you say yes. What that does is blocks pages from being shown on the exchange that the rotator is being displayed on. For example, say you're using your rotator to advertise some of the traffic exchanges that you use so that you can get referrals and build up referral credits. If you were showing a Royal Surf splash page and somebody was looking at your rotator on Royal Surf, the rotator would not display the Royal Surf splash page on Royal Surf, so it saves you a credit. So you have that selected. Yes, filter domains. And then click Save Changes to save your changes. At the bottom of the page here is a Delete Account button. Be real careful with that one. Don't click on that by accident. It will delete your account, and that cannot be reversed. So all your work is going to be lost. Be very careful with buttons like that. Alright, next let's look at the rotator itself. Click on Rotator. Now when you're new, you only see this add box here. Once you have some pages loaded in the rotator, you just scroll down to the bottom and you'll find the add box where you can add a new page. And what you'll do is just highlight the existing URL that's in there, and you can delete it, And now you can replace that with another one. Let's go and add a page to this rotator. So we'll go to the Mentoring for Free back office and log in. And right here we see the 7 capture pages. Let's add MFF. That's the one that promotes the Mentoring for Free complete system. Now we can either hit Control C to copy, or using the mouse technique, right click and select copy. Once we've highlighted that URL, then we just go back to our rotator and put the mouse there, and we can either use Control V to paste, or using the mouse, right click and select paste. Poof, and there it is. Now we can set how frequently this page will be displayed in the rotator. Either set it to high, medium, low, or paused. We'll just leave it at medium and click add. Now it's been added to our list of pages in the rotation. These are all listed alphabetically, and here it is right here. And let's look at what all the controls are here. Over here on the right hand side, it shows us how many views we've had all together. Since we just added this page, it has had 0 views so far. If you want to make a change to its frequency, you just use this control here and set it to high, medium, low, or paused. And when you make any changes, you just click on the save, and if you want to remove this page from the rotator, you just click on the delete. Now these doodads here, we'll talk about those in a minute. Those you only see sub-rotators if you have the Pro version. What about this traffic light thingy over here? It's yellow. That means that it hasn't been checked yet by the automatic site checker. Once it's been checked, it should turn green like this one here. If we look down the bottom of the page, it shows a little legend of what these different lights mean. Yellow means it's rotating but hasn't been checked. Green means it has been checked and it's rotating. Red means it's rotating but it failed to check. If all 3 lights are lit, then you got a problem. Maybe you typed the name wrong, or the site could be down temporarily. It's just something you need to look at. But if all 3 lights are lit, they automatically set your page to pause. That particular page will not be shown until you fix it. Alright, real simple. We've got a bunch of pages set up here now, and what you want to do is use this URL. This URL is the only one you'll have to use in all your different traffic exchanges. You just put that as the page that you want to be displayed on your traffic exchange, and it will load the pages from this rotator based on how often you have it set to go. Alright, now for those who decide to have a Pro membership, you get these sub-rotators, and you're allowed to have up to 10 of them. And what you can do is choose, if you just want certain pages to be part of a sub-rotator, you can set it up that way. So let's say we want to have some of our pages be on sub-rotator number 2. We just click the checkbox under number 2, and you can have a page belong to as many different sub-rotators as you want. Say you want it had to belong to number 1 and number 2, then you would just check both boxes. Well, let's just say it's going to be part of number 2. We click on save, so that's saved. Let's say we want to add this page to sub-rotator number 2. Check the box, click save, and the changes are saved. Say we want to add this one to sub-rotator number 2. Click save. Now, and I'll show you in a minute how that works. And they give you a legend on how to use advanced URLs. You basically take this URL they gave you, and you're going to add some tags to it. Like if we want to display sub-rotator number 2, we just use this URL here and put a /2 at the end of it. And if you want to have a tagged rotator, like here they give the example of Start Exchange, you can put a tag, and it's like a tracking tag at the end of your TE Toolbox rotator. You just add /Start Exchange to it. Or you can have a tag with a subrotator, and you would add the subrotator number after a / and the name of the exchange that you want to use as a tag. Show you that in actual practice. First, I'll go ahead and grab my rotator URL and paste that, or copy that, so I have it ready. Then I'll go over to a traffic exchange and paste it in there. Alright, let's use Clicking Crazy. Clicking Crazy, remember, some exchanges have a thing that says, go to my account or my account. This one uses the Tools page. That's where all your accounts are. And you scroll down, you see My Websites. That's where you would add your website URLs. Okay, then let's add a new page. Now we're just going to remove this existing code there, because we're going to paste in the deal here, the URL. And let's try that subrotator. So we'll just add a /2 / and let's save that. Let's try that again. I goofed that up. Now I've got the correct link paste here. Let's try the subdomain 2 / /2 / and click S to save it. Now it's doing a little check there. And that's done. But it's still waiting manual approval by the Traffic Exchange admin. That's cool. Let's add another one to check out that tagging thing for tracking. And here again, we'll paste the URL, and this time we're going to use the /clicking crazy / and we'll do the tag tracking thing. Click S for save. And they checked it out, and it's still waiting manual approval. And that's okay. Alright, while that action's going on, let's take a look at our 7 capture pages in Mentoring for Free, or doorways. The first one, MFF, this URL here, let's take a look at that. This is the page that promotes the Mentoring for Free system. And what's nice about this page is all these testimonials. If you click on each one of these names, you'll see some really great testimonials. And these, you can learn a lot yourself about the Mentoring for Free system and what people have to say about it. And then you can click the back arrow to go back and maybe read some other testimonials. Read the story here about how Michael and Linda won the new BMW. That's a great story. It teaches you some things about visualizing. And this page also is branded with your photo, if you've set up your photo in your back office, and also a story that you can put in there to personalize it, and it has links for the different features and products that Mentoring for Free has, like the Powerful Networking Secrets book, the CDs, and of course Success in 10 Steps, the free ebook. And people can click here to look at what the free membership is about, and then they can sign up to get on the autoresponder list, and you'll be notified that you have a new prospect, and you can contact them about mentoring for free, and build a relationship with them. Maybe ask them if they'd like Success in 10 Steps to read, and so on and so on. The next doorway or capture page is STS, promotes successin10steps.com. Let's look at that one. This is a very powerful and effective capture page. This photo here really captures people's attention, and it's been seen many times. Michael DeLohe and Tom Big Al Schreider. Now, why is this photo so powerful? Because there are two groups of people that you can target. One group is a group that's people who have never been involved in network marketing or MLM, and it's a very, very huge target group. But out of that group, there may be a lot of people who have no interest in MLM or network marketing and who may never will. There may be a few who will, but there's a smaller group of people who have already been involved in network marketing or MLM, and they know what it involves. They know what kind of work is involved, and maybe they've done it for a while, and they're just looking for answers because they're not as successful as they had hoped to be. So they're looking for answers, and that's why this page uses leverage. Michael and Tom Big Al. Now, Michael is becoming more and more well known in the network marketing field, and Tom Big Al Schreider has been conducting worldwide workshops for many years, so people that have been involved in the industry, many of them have attended his workshops, and they know him. And now with Michael doing the Freedom Tour around North America, a lot of people are starting to get to know him. So this page is very, very powerful for leverage, and if you scroll down, you'll see that it explains what you get in Success in 10 Steps, gives you the complete table of contents, and down at the bottom is the form they can fill out to get their free download of Success in 10 Steps. You're not branded here on this page, but this page uses the leverage of these two guys. The next doorway or capture page is CTS, or Color to Success. Let's look at that one. This page promotes the Color to Success CD, and very powerful. It tells a lot of bullet points about what somebody will get out of the CD, learning the personality types, and there are a great many testimonials. That's a very long page, but the testimonials are powerful about what people have learned by studying the colors. And there's the order form. And there's no branding on this page either. Next we have the PTS, or the 5 Pillars to Success capture page. This one, just like the Color to Success, promotes the 5 Pillars of Success CD and gives you bullet points of what you will learn, and lots of testimonials about the 5 pillars and how that impacted people, with an order form at the bottom so they can order the 5 Pillars of Success CD. And this page also has no branding of you. The next doorway or capture page is ST1, which also promotes Success in 10 Steps using the BigMLMLies.com. Now this page brands you. It's got your picture and your name right at the top, and also right at the top is the form to fill out. It's a very short page, just a few bullet points, gets right to the point, and this is a good one to send from a blog or an article or a splash page where you've pre-sold somebody on the idea of why they would like to read Success in 10 Steps, and they can just come here to fill out this form and get their ebook. And it's very important. The most important thing you have on this page is your photo, because this is what sets your page apart from anyone else's. Let's look at what the same page looks like without the photo. Again, with the photo, without. Big difference. That photo is the most important thing you want to do. And I'll show you how to get your photo on that page a little bit later. But again, when we do that, there's a certain dimension they're going to say to set your photo at a certain size. And you want to make sure you stay with that size recommendation because it fits nicely on this page. If your photo is too wide or too big, bigger than the recommended size, what will happen is, I'll show you. You see how all that text got squeezed over here and it just doesn't look as balanced. So you want to make sure your photo is the right size. Alright, the next doorway, STS2, or the big MLMtruths.com page, looks like this. And here again, you're branded at the top of the page. And notice the headline talks about breakthrough network marketing lead generation system. So if your blog or article or splash page talks about how to generate your own leads, this would be a good one to send them to. This page is very short too and has your form at the bottom where they can download Success in 10 Steps. And again, let's take a look at the same page without the photo. You can see the difference. The photo is very, very important. And next, STS3, or BigMLMSecrets.com. Let's look at that page. Again, branding, and the headline is the #1 business building tool, network marketing. And this is a rather longer page. Goes into a lot of detail. And there's the form at the bottom they can fill out to get Success in 10 Steps. Long form with a lot of information. I've heard somewhere that certain personality types like to have lots of information. And again, the same page without the branding. I think I've made my case with the photo. Alright, the final #7 doorway page or capture page is PNS, PowerfulNetworkingSecrets.com. And here's that page. Again, branding with your name and your photo. And this promotes the Powerful Networking Secrets ebook. This is a very long page with testimonials off to the left side, and really gives you a lot of detail about what's in the book, Powerful Networking Secrets. And it's an in-depth study of the personality colors, their types, and lots of information about how to identify and how to work with different personality types. And it's valuable training. I highly recommend it. Great book. And again, here's what that page looks like without your photo. This one even shows people that there's something missing here. So very important to have your photo. So how do you upload your photo? Well, what you do is you go here to Options and click on Edit About Me. And here's where you can put that text in that we saw on the Mentoring for Free capture page. And here's where you activate your picture. You click this drop down and say yes, display my picture, and yes, enable the About Me page. To upload your picture, you just click here where it says Edit Upload next to Display Picture. Just click on that. That'll bring you to the Upload Picture page. You can see mine's already uploaded. The restrictions: picture must be in the GIF or JPEG format, must have a file name that ends in .gif or .jpg or .jpeg. It's got to be less than 50 kilobytes in size, And how that can be bigger than that is if you've got a photo, a digital photo on your hard drive that's formatted for printing, that's probably set at 200 or 300 dots per inch, which is a resolution you need for printing. But on the screen, you don't need that much detail. You only need 72 or 96 dots per inch to display a good clean picture on a web page, because screen resolution doesn't require as much detail as print resolution. So you want to change your resolution to 72 or 96 dots per inch, and that'll get your file size under 50 kilobytes. And here are the dimensions: 125 pixels wide by 170 pixels high. And if you don't know how to do that, you can Google, and if you use Google to find free photo editing software, and you can even find tutorials on how to use it, or get with somebody who knows how to edit photos and get them to a certain size and make sure the resolution is screen resolution and not print resolution. Once you've got your picture ready and it's on your drive, just click the browse button there, and in the box that pops up, navigate your way around through your hard drive and find the photo you want, and then just click on the file name and click open, and it will insert the file name here, and then you just click on submit and it will upload your picture. And then you can verify that it's there by following the steps again. Go to options, edit about me, and of course back on this edit about me page, if you make any changes here and add some text, be sure to click on the submit button. Back at the toolbox, if you hover your mouse over one of these little magnifying glasses, you see a little thumbnail of the page. And if you click on that little magnifying glass, it will open up that page in a new window, so you can get a big look at it in case you forget what all your URLs are. And you can do that. Alright, another feature we've got here is the splash pages. You can create your own splash pages. You click here, and you've got a splash page editor to create custom splash pages. You can put in the page title, select the color for the background, and if you don't know how HTML color code works, go to Google and look for a tutorial on HTML colors. You can select your table border background, Google Analytics, and all that jazz, and you can compose your splash page right here. You can select the fonts, the sizes of fonts. You can turn a headline or some text into a hyperlink, and you can even add photos and graphics and stuff, create tables, do all that stuff. And I'm not going to do a tutorial here on how to make a splash page, but I'll just tell you about splash pages. A splash page is just another advertisement, kind of like a classified ad or a squidoo lens, something you can create personally to tell people why you think downloading Success in 10 Steps is important, or why they should look at mentoring for free. And very important to understand about splash pages. They're like putting up billboards on a busy highway. People are flashing by. You've got maybe 1 or 2 seconds to get somebody's attention. And I heard this formula from John Olson, who owns many traffic exchanges, and he says the formula for a splash page is ACA. You want to get their attention, arouse their curiosity, and then compel them to take action. And the action would be to download your ebook. But the attention phase, you only got maybe 1 second or 2 seconds, because people are clicking like we showed you in power surfing, going from tab to tab to tab. So you got to get their attention with a good headline or something, and then make them curious with your ad copy. And people ask, well, how do I get this form on my splash page? Well, you don't want to do that. You don't want to create your own capture page. It's a splash page, and then link to one of these capture pages from your splash page. And your splash page should match what the capture page is promoting, so it's seamless. For example, if your splash page is talking about leads and lead generation, you probably want to send them to this capture page, the one that talks about lead generation. If your splash page talks about getting advice from people who have actually done what you want to do, then you want to send them to this capture page, where we're talking about Michael DeLoe and Tom Big Al Schreider, who are actually actively building today and have many years of experience, so they're authorities, not just an author of some book. Now, some people use fancy graphics to get somebody's attention, but you really don't need that, just good headlines. By the way, if you see a graphic you like and you want to capture it, you can just right click on it and select Save Image As with your left mouse button, and a pop-up box will appear and you can select where you want to save the image. Like if you want to put it on your desktop, you just click on this drop down arrow and then select Desktop with the left mouse button. Then you can just leave the image, the file name at whatever it is, or change it to what you want and click Save, and it'll be saved to your desktop. And you can get many ideas by looking at people's splash pages while you're surfing. See what it is that gets your attention, see what it is that makes you curious, and get ideas. And like I said, all you need is good headlines. So where can you find some good ideas for headlines? Well, how about Success in 10 Steps? Take a look at this page and scroll down. Look at all those wonderful headlines here, like bottom fishing for heavy hitters. You know, that's good stuff. There's lots of little nuggets in here. If you just look at all of them. Why you should never wrestle with a pig. And this one, and the lambs shall lie down with the lions. Cover your eyes to avoid blood splatters. You know, those are headlines that get your attention and arouse your curiosity. And then if you want a little more text, how about taking little snippets out of the book itself? Can you do that? Yes. You're promoting this book, so use it. It's branded in your name if you're a Mentoring for Free Pro member. Go ahead and use it. Sometimes simple is better. Look at this splash page. It's just a big white space, nothing fancy here, no fancy graphics, no fancy text, just a lot of white space with very thin black text. But read that. Read that page. You know, it kind of makes you want to click on that little dot there, and there's where the hyperlink is. This is a brilliant splash page. Very simple yet compelling. I'll bet you a lot of people click on that, and I bet you want me to click on it to see where it leads. So, okay, I'll click on it so you can see where it goes. It goes to a splash page advertising I Love Hitch, which is a very good traffic exchange with a big membership, a lot of audience there. Okay, cool. Key thing with splash pages is test, test, and test. Find out what works and find out what works better. And you know what's cool is if you give somebody a different take on why they should look at Success in 10 Steps, and they come to this splash page, this capture page, they can say, oh yes, I've seen this 1,000,000 times. Oh, that's what it's about, because you gave them your unique take on what it's all about. Now they see it from a different perspective. Oh, that's what this is all about. I've seen this before. And now you've given a reason to want to download it. So have fun with splash pages and test, test, test. To help you with your testing, make sure you use your tracking links like we showed you in the first video. Setting up tracking links in your Mentoring for Free back office. And every time you create a splash page or you make a change on a splash page, make a unique tracking link in your Mentoring for Free back office so you're able to track the results of all your tests. And the other feature here is the stats, tag stats. You click on that, you can see statistics about where your rotator's been seen, and they have it automatically sorted by name, the name of the different exchanges where it showed up. And then they have 3-day stats, weekly stats, month stats, and total stats. And you can sort by any of these fields by clicking on, say you want to see how we did on Monday. Just click on Monday and it'll be sorted by where most of the hits have come from. And here you can see Royal Surf did the best so far, and start exchange after that, and then hover traffic. Or if you want to sort by name again, just click on sort over here by name. And here, Clicking Crazy, that's the special tag we created earlier. Just by adding Clicking Crazy after a /. And this one here, clickingcrazy.biz, is just the default one that comes up from every time the rotator's been shown in that exchange. But you could create a tag and use that same tag on a group of traffic exchanges if you wanted to track a group. And again, you just do that, you go back to where your rotator page is, and you copy this, your rotator URL, and then after the /, add the name of your tracking tag with another /, and that's how you create a tracking tag. Now there are a couple of places, a couple of traffic exchanges where you cannot or should not use a rotator. One is Traffic Swarm. Now, Traffic Swarm does not allow rotators because it's driven by these little classified ads where people click on a headline. What Ruben used here was where you learn how to think. Good headline. Learn to be a critical thinker. See how easy it is to create a little classified ads? You know, and the classified ad should relate to a specific page, so a rotator would not be allowed because these little ads should relate to specific pages. So you cannot use a rotator in Traffic Swarm. Another place where you should not use them is TrueViewTraffic.com. If you're using this traffic exchange with the optional question in the surf bar, a rotator would not apply because you never know what page is going to come up. They have a device here. It's optional. When you set up one of your web pages in this exchange, they give you the option of setting up a multiple choice question, which forces the viewer to look at the page to get the answer. Like this one here, it says, how many resources do you get from this with this report? And they give you 4 answers. Only one of them's right, and you find the answer right here on the page. 12 resources, so you have to click on the correct answer before you can click submit and go on to the next one. So a rotator would not work if you wanted to use the question thing. Now here's somebody who did not use the question. So if you're using it without the question, you could use a rotator here, but there you go. And that's it in a nutshell. The TE Toolbox, how to use a traffic exchange rotator to make your life easier and easier to manage your traffic exchanges. And remember what I said about billboards. You know, traffic exchanges is a constant effort over time. Consistent daily effort will get you results. And you're putting up billboards. You know, you're hopefully getting people's attention, making them curious. But if you've ever driven down the highway and past billboards, sometimes one catches your eye, gets your attention. Maybe it makes you a little bit curious. But, if the message on the billboard is right for you at the time, have you ever pulled over to the side of the road to the shoulder and written down a website or a phone number? Well, people will do that. Or another example, say you're driving down the highway and you see a billboard for a restaurant and they've got some picture of food there and they say exit 27, 3 miles. Well, if you're not hungry right now, you might ignore that billboard. But if you're hungry and you say, yeah, and you look for that exit 27, 3 miles up the road because you're hungry. Well, that's how billboards work. They're targeting the hungry people. So you put your pages out there on the exchanges, you put your billboards out there, and you want them to be there when the people are hungry. And when they're hungry, they'll see them and click on them. So it's a constant effort over time, and you also need to expect results. Your expectation has a lot to do with how these things work. Any advertising, everything you do in business and in life depends on your expectation. To learn more about that, I highly recommend you get on a 30-day mental cleanse. Just go to 30daycleanse.com. It's free. Sign up. It will change your life. With that, thank you for watching the tutorials. Hope you got something out of them and can put them to good use. It's been a pleasure making them for you. So onward and upward. Have fun. Always, always have fun. Take care and God bless. We'll see you on the calls.